What's up gamers, DreamcastGuy here, talking today about a topic that I think is really important, but none of the major gaming websites are covering it, so I'm going to. Let's talk about the fact that it looks like PUBG is finally beginning to die. The biggest game of 2017, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, the thing that everybody was saying was dominating the planet, is actually beginning to see players quit by the thousands. And the reason is Fortnite Battle Royale. Now this whole video is not coming from a place of hate. I really love PUBG. In fact, I was just playing it a minute ago, and I'm even wearing my PUBG shirt right this second. However, it's pretty obvious that the tide is officially turning. These people may have invented the entire Battle Royale genre, but face facts, people are being a lot more engaged by Fortnite. And I want to talk about why. What is causing this massively popular game to die so quick? Let's start off with the fact that, yes, in fact, PUBG is going downhill. I feel like people are going to try and deny that, so let's do some quick hard numbers. Right now on Twitch, about 3 times as many people are watching Fortnite as are watching PUBG. The interest of the viewing audience has gone way down, and the player base is beginning to follow. If you look at Steam Spy, you can see that the average person is playing shorter times, and most people are logging in less. For the first time ever, their player base is showing negative growth. I think this all comes down to 2 main things. Number 1, Fortnite is really fresh, and it constantly gets new big additions. The development team behind Fortnite Battle Royale is massive. Somewhere between 300 and 400 people are constantly working on this, tweaking all sorts of different aspects of the graphics and the gameplay. Just a couple weeks ago, they released a giant patch that made the entire game 60 frames a second, making it crazy fluid, and in a shooter, that's exactly what you need. When I'm playing Fortnite Battle Royale on my standard Xbox One, I'm lucky to get 25 frames a second, and unfortunately, the developers over at Bluehole still don't have the manpower to quite keep up. They can't put out content nearly as fast. Now, the PC side of PUBG is getting big updates. In fact, they recently just released a big trailer talking about everything they had planned for year 2 of PUBG, but you can see that there is already a staleness setting in. They're much more confined by the boundaries of realism. Something that really tries to make PUBG really popular in the first place is the fact that it is so dark and so serious. It's one of the most realistic shooters of all time. If you get hit, you die. That was very appealing at first, but with that really heavy sense of reality also comes, well, a slower speed. According to new numbers released by Microsoft, the average match of PUBG is 34 minutes long, which, if you think about it, is pretty dang intense. That means you can't even play 2 decent matches in an hour. There's a certain group of gamers that I'm sure absolutely get addicted to such methodical, slower-paced gameplay. However, let's face it, the average person picking up a controller looking for fun after a long day at work is looking for some quick, engaging action, which is personally why I am so addicted to Fortnite Battle Royale. I've been doing some experiments on there, and from my own personal data tracking, it looks like the average match of Fortnite Battle Royale is about 16 minutes. Now, that doesn't seem like that big of a change, but it's funny because it falls perfectly in line with the rule of 15. In the world of game design, they talk about the rule of 15. It's something that isn't really in textbooks, but is spoken a lot. And what it is this. A game designer must always remember that a game needs to be understandable in 15 seconds, fun in 15 minutes, and playable for 15 hours. Now seriously sit down and think about your favorite game of all time. I mean, think about something like God of War. The second you pick up your controller, you understand that you're this powerful deity that's chopping everybody up with your giant daggers. And the longer you play it, the more you begin to understand all these different things like the power-ups and the upgrades and all the different combo systems. You as a player are growing with the character, and your understanding is also increasing. Now, I feel like PUBG has a little bit of a problem of the fact that in 15 minutes, you can see absolutely nobody. That happened to me all the time, and is one of the reasons I've started playing less. You can skydive into an area, get some good weapons, equip yourself, and be totally ready to rock and roll out, and still not see anybody for a quarter of an hour. That is a sense of pacing that draws out all of the action to a standstill. It's undeniable that that sort of gameplay has its own audience, but it's dwindling. People want something that's fast, fresh, and does something that's going to constantly challenge you. And another aspect that I think that does that perfectly in Fortnite is the building. The fact that there is this whole second half of being good at fighting. Now, I personally am really good with a lot of the guns in Fortnite Battle Royale, especially that shotgun. If you watch my live streams, you know about that. But the building is quite possibly the most interesting defensive thing I've ever seen in any shooter. The fact that you can just throw up walls and literally construct ramps to climb on top of giant buildings and platforms. It makes it where you are, for the first time ever, really having to treat a very flat shooter as a 3D threat. PUBG will never have anything like that. Even as they try and introduce taller buildings like the spots on the school, everything is still bound by trying to be as serious as it possibly can. When I'm having fun in PUBG, the moments that really make my heart pound are the times when I'm sitting in a corner of a building with my shotgun aimed at a doorway, praying that whoever comes through that door has less health than I have, that I am going to get the jump. Now, those times are extremely thrilling, but they just can't compare to the hundreds of matches I've had in Fortnite Battle Royale, where I'm skydiving with friends and picking up legendary power-ups and trying to take over a building and knocking down walls with grenades. That is a kind of action that does not exist in any other game anywhere. And that is why I think that PUBG is personally being murdered by Fortnite Battle Royale. The last aspect of this, and probably the part that's the most important, is the fact that Fortnite Battle Royale is free to play. You can download the game and start playing that mode at no cost. In fact, I've installed it on my computer, my PS4, and my Xbox One just so that whatever console I'm currently craving, I can jump onto instantly. I like to keep all the patches installed and everything. That way, if my Xbox friends are online, I can do that. If my friends are ready to rock on PS4, we can throw up a party in seconds. With PUBG, I am more limited. Not only do my buddies need to pay $30 to get into this early access game, it's only available on PC and Xbox One. Now, Microsoft is bragging about how 5 million people have already installed it on Xbox One, but there is still the drawback that it's a smaller audience and a bigger paywall. Free to play, when implemented right, is something that modern people love. Watching people clamor for Fortnite Battle Royale is undeniable. I mean, just last night, the internet basically broke in half because the rapper Drake played with the biggest streamer on the planet, Ninja, in a couple rounds of Fortnite Battle Royale. It's weird to see the giant mantle of biggest Battle Royale game changing over, but here we are. I have to say a giant tip of the hat because innovation like this is something we haven't seen before, and I feel like over the course of the rest of 2018, I think we're going to see a lot more games try and enter this new genre. I think that every game that can have it is going to have some sort of Battle Royale in it, including Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and maybe Red Dead Redemption 2. But either way, stuff's about to get really, really different. What do you think about all this? Do you play any of these games, and which one is your favorite? Do you like the more serious, hardcore gameplay of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and the chicken dinners you can win, or do you want something that's just a little bit more fast and fun and has cool construction in Fortnite Battle Royale? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because really, this is a debate that I find interesting, and it's kind of even more baffling because nobody else is really seeming to talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Alright, I'm seriously going to queue up right now because I like to try and destroy people in PUBG whenever I can, even though I'm not super great at it. Thank you everybody for helping me reach 90,000 subscribers. I'm really getting close to 100K, and it's all because of you liking and sharing and commenting on everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta get some headshots. Load faster, my god. Oh, hey, I was just playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto on my Darth Vader PSP. Are you curious what I'm going to come out with next? Well, if you click this button, you'll be subscribed to be the first to know. Also, if you click over here and here, you can see my latest review and my latest top 10. I promise, it was super good. Or it was really bad and I'm sure you can just make fun of me in the comments. Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks so much for watching.